Choosing a class for your character can be a difficult decision, especially when you take into account the fact that each class has its own unique abilities and designs, all with their own pros and cons. So in this video, we are going to take a look at the classes in Dungeons & Dragons to help you pick the one for your next character. Logo. Our first class is the Barbarian. Rough, tough, and full of rage, barbarians take pride in connecting with their primal instincts. They stay far from civilization and feel more comfortable among their tribes in their homelands, whether they are on the plains or in the mountains. Their primal instincts come out easily when in battle, something that occurs often even within the walls of their communities in the form of the barbarian's special ability, their rage. Rage is just what it sounds like, a fury-induced rage that allows barbarians to become sort of like unstoppable tanks. And because of this inherent love and pride for their people and their primal ways, it is very important to think about where your barbarian comes from, what their tribe was like, and why they are no longer there now. Up next, this class is for all you whimsical people out there, the Bard. The Bard is a natural at performing arts and easily the life of the party. But more than that, they are the jack of all trades, easily filling any gaps in most parties while still being impossibly unique with their own magical abilities to rival even the strongest of classes. Bards get their magic from song, carrying multiple instruments at a time, and have a unique ability called Bardic Inspiration, which allows the party members to gain bonuses to their rolls. They are healers, spellcasters, fighters, support, and also the best drinking buddy. If you are outgoing and okay with busting out a poem or song, this class is the one for you. Lost in prayer and a fog of incense, guided by divine forces that call on them for great purposes. Up next is the Cleric. Every party needs a strong healer, and clerics do plenty of it, while also easily one of the most powerful and well-rounded classes. These armored tanks of holy power can usually be seen sporting a shield and sword, along with a holy symbol to light the way. This class is all about supporting and healing your team while using spell and sword to vanquish your foes. They have special abilities called channeled divinities, which allow them to unlock powerful abilities to vanquish undead or even call on help from above. It's easy to think that your cleric has to be self-righteous, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a cleric who's lost their religion or who struggles to feel worthy of being chosen to wield this power. If you're looking for a class with a little bit of everything, the cleric is a great choice. Speaking to trees, befriending animals, and of course, summoning the full hellish fury of Mother Earth, nature lovers are going to find a lot of joy with the Druid class. Druids gain their power from the forces of nature or from deities of nature and are usually played as spellcasters and healers. Most Druids spend their life strengthening their spiritual connection with the energy of nature and all living things, while other Druids devote their life to a divine entity, animal, or element. Their spells are also greatly influenced by nature, animals, and even the elements themselves. Druids also get a unique ability called Wild Shape, allowing a druid to take the form of an animal for extended periods of time, eventually learning to become larger and fiercer creatures. Some druids in particular spend time studying this practice in depth and can learn to feel more comfortable in their animal forms. Whether you're a druid living off the land as a hermit or a healer in a city shop, the druid class has plenty of utility and at higher levels can cast incredible feats of magic and unrelenting power. Names chanted in fighting rings and dangerous pits. If you're looking for a lot of action without having to keep track of spells or abilities, then the fighter class is probably the right fit for you. Probably the easiest class to learn, the fighter dominates the field with weapons and feats of athleticism. They are well-rounded specialists capable of using almost all weapons and capable of donning practically all armors. And with no spells to keep track of, for the most part, the fighter class is a great starting point for someone just getting into the game. So if you're looking for the classic hack-and-slash character that can kind of do it all, then check out the fighter class. Spending their lives dedicated to the perfection of body and soul, our next class also packs a lot of punch. Leading us into the Monk class. The monks are skilled fighters, dexterous acrobats, and lethal to take on alone in hand-to-hand combat. With a plethora of special abilities that allow them to disarm, push away, and even paralyze their foes and open them to a flurry of attacks, the monk is a great class for those who have always wanted to unleash their inner kung fu fighter. With their incredible power over ki in themselves and opponents, you'll find that even though a monk does not wear armor, they don't have to. For those of you on the righteous path that can only be won with sword and shield, paladins are for you. They are a well-rounded class that has healing, fighting, and even a little taste of spellcasting. Paladins use their skills in battle to carry the banners of deities, and with their powers can call on divine energy to channel into their strikes, making them some of the deadliest fighters in combat. Now, with that said, they are not all Golden Gates and White Clouds, as the Oathbreaker subclass dives into the Paladins who walked away from their promises. So if you're looking for a super soldier of the gods, this class might be for you. Silently stalking their prey deep in ancient forests, or guiding travelers through frigid lands, the most aloof of these classes goes to the Ranger. Yes, that's right, if you ever wanted to be Aragorn, well, here you are. The Ranger specializes in tracking and hunting their foes. They can mark them to always know where they are, and even learn to speak to plants and animals in order to gain some much-needed information. While they are skilled in melee and ranged combat, they can also call on small amounts of divine nature to harness magical power in much the same way that the Druid does. Built like fighters, inspired by nature, and incredibly difficult to surprise, Rangers are well-rounded and underrated classes. Rangers usually choose to live in the wilderness, but if you want to play that dark and broody mysterious stranger smoking the pipe in the back of the room, then this class is for you. One of the most favored and arguably overpowered of the classes is the Rogue. Usually played as thieves, assassins, or conmen, rogues are agile, stealthy, and incredibly dangerous if you're on their shit list. They take advantage of hiding from their enemy, giving them sneak attack, an ability that gives them extra damage on a hit, focusing all their energy into one fatal blow. Chances are, if you are hunted by a rogue, you won't know they are there until it's too late. To add to that, once at high enough level, when a rogue makes a skill check, they literally cannot roll lower than a 10. Talk about broken. Though rogues do not make nearly as many attacks as fighters and paladins, they sure can cause a lot of damage in just one hit when played right, easily setting records in the party for the most damage in a turn at mid to higher levels. Whether they are a circus performer, a charismatic klepto, or the assassin in the shadows, for versatility and intrigue, the rogue might be just right for you. Wielding power welling from deep within, sorcerers are naturally gifted arcane practitioners. Sorcerers summon their abilities from an innate ability to control the weave around them. They have the ability to use sorcery points to get back used spell slots, making them incredibly powerful casters who always seem to come back for a second wind right when you think they're down. If you're looking for a powerful mage that can create not only utility spells but also powerful spells to vanquish foes, the Sorcerer is definitely one to check out. Misunderstood and driven by a desire for knowledge and power, up next is the Warlock. Warlocks are unique from the other spellcasting classes in that they gain their abilities from powerful beings that usually have other reasons for gifting them, whether for better or worse. On top of that, Warlocks are the only class that have only one single spell level, casting all their spells at the highest possible level. This power is offset by their only having a handful of spell slots, but recover them quickly. They are definitely a unique class in the game and can take some getting used to, but make some of the most powerful spellcasters with some unique and interesting backstories and features. And lastly, studying their books by candlelight deep into the night, scribing their spells and always looking for more knowledge. Up last is the Wizard. Wizards are not born with the ability to use magic, and instead, they must spend their entire lives studying magic in books, yearning to increase their power and sharing their research and knowledge with other wizards to fill their spellbooks. They are easily some of the most powerful of the spellcasting classes with vast amounts of spells at their disposal. They can even summon unique animal friends that allow them to share a telepathic bond that can span miles. If you are a history nerd, love books, and the allure of finding new and more powerful spell calls to you, then this is definitely the class for you. We hope this quick look into each class was useful in helping you find out the pros and cons of each one. Let us know in the comments below which class you like best and why. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, feed your Displacer Beasts, and we'll see you next time, adventurers.